Hello, this is Gary Auden, and welcome to this EDUcast, the second in the series from Wildix. Its title is Emerging Technologies, Thrive and Capitalize, sponsored by Wildix and Telecom Reseller. As I mentioned, this is the second in the series. We're talking today about technology, as previously we talked about the state of the industry. With me today again is Robert Cooper, Executive Vice President of Wildix. And as we always do, we talk about our agenda. And our agenda today is about key drivers in the technology. We're going to bring in the idea of a web-based interface, talk more about the user experience, what the key attributes are of a good communication system and its simplicity idea, delivery models, and value drivers. So let's start off with the first slide, Robert. What is shaping the enterprise communications and what trends have you discovered?
So what's really shaping it are, once again, the customer expectations and the technology. And in the technology realm, what's really shaping it is the drive for real-time omni-channel communications and collaboration and WebRTC. These things are really shaping today's technology delivery models.
You mentioned the word omni-channel. Not everyone knows what that means. Would you give us a short definition?
So omni-channel really is multiple communications capabilities. So think of, in the old days, we used to think of unified communications, but unified communications really meant, really stood for different communications paths or platforms delivered to a user. Omni-channel really is multiple channels in a single delivery format to an organization. So omni-channel communications today would be voice, video, and streaming, presence and chat, SMS, fax, all of those capabilities, and the real impetus today is on having that in a seamless interface.
What you're talking about reminds me of web-based interfaces. And web-based interfaces seem to be very important. Why are they important today?
Well, a web-based interface is, it's being able to stream voice, video, and data directly within the browser. And quite frankly, any new solution coming on the market today ought to be built with a web-based interface. It really simplifies software downloads, no installs. It never gets outdated. If the website crashes or halts, you just reload a page. It can be used from anywhere, and it can be deployed on the web surfing protocol, HTTPS, which is the most secure way to communicate. It's used by millions of people for online payment today without ever having a single hack in the protocol itself.
You're talking about unifying the customer experience. Would you define the attributes of unified communications customer experience? What's the value there? What should I look for?
The two major or three major attributes ought to be easy to use, relevant, all-inclusive, and I would throw secure. You know, businesses expect their experience to be similar to their experience with their consumer devices and applications, and UCC needs to match up.
You mentioned the word secure, and when I look at this simple equals most secure, that seems to be at odds with each other. Can you explain why simple can be secure?
So really, web-based interfaces utilizing WebRTC just makes everything simple. Everyone knows how to open a browser, once again. And then a web-based interface also means that you can use HTTPS. We've mentioned that that's secure. You know, WebRTC runs SRTP inherently. It encrypts information using DTLS, and that's a standardized protocol built into all browsers. So there's really nothing that you need to do. And a good solution also should have an embedded firewall, an SBC. All traffic is secured through transport layer and SRTP. And you really shouldn't need a VPN to make a phone call.
We're using the word key communications attributes, but at the bottom of the page you have something, a phrase, architecture and design matter. Would you help us with that?
Absolutely. So you cannot build or design the technologies of today and tomorrow on top of yesterday's architecture. which is what many of the traditional vendors have tried to do for years. You have to begin with what's relevant. That's the reason why so many systems have multiple applications downloaded at the desktop in order to deliver a complete solution. Videos delivered by something different, chats delivered by something different, the experiences are different, mobility is delivered differently. These disparate applications really come into play because the base architecture is not right. That's why at Wildix we started with WebRTC and advanced technology delivered through the browser because we knew the browser was the most significant application running on the desktop. And to be able to communicate through that directly would open up doors that businesses and everyone would be able to take advantage of.
Yeah, we talk about communications platforms. Would you talk about some of the good and bad practices of platforms?
As I said, you need to start with architecture and design. Our approach, unlike traditional vendors, was looking from the outside in. So we started with customer experience, administration experience, the partner experience. We took all of those things into play, and we wanted to remove complexity, make it simple. We made it simple because we know usage is a consequence of usability. People will use it. How many times have you deployed systems or seen platforms deployed and applications deployed and the end user doesn't use it? They wind up using something off the shelf. Make it inclusive. Make it secure by design. That makes it easy. Untethered. Untethered means that really it's not just mobility, it's remote workers. It's being able to be unhinged from your facility, being able to take your communications capability anywhere, anytime, on any platform, and be able to use it and make it relevant. Once again, business has shifted from telephony to the web, and the platform needs to be able to help you conduct business where business is done.
I thought this next slide was interesting when you talk about 3 different delivery methods out there. Would you discuss each one of them for us?
So everyone knows the traditional on-premise platforms, and many of the VARs are trying to transition from that CapEx model. But new systems today need to be able to give you some options. Need to be able to provide an on-premise, a virtual platform, and a cloud architecture platform, and have it all be the same architecture so that you can connect them seamlessly.
We always like the words value drivers, all right? Explain the value drivers. What are you thinking about when we look at this slide?
So the value drivers for VARs here really is compelling. Everyone wants to move to the cloud. They know that that's where the shift and the transition is happening. It is, I mentioned it's happening with the small and mid-sized market faster than in any other market segment. But how do they get there? They want to offer their own UCaaS solution, but they want to keep their customers. And there aren't many options on the market today for the VAR to shift to this cloud-based model other than build their own, going with a hosted solution or a UCaaS hosted solution from a traditional vendor means surrendering their customer base. They need an option where they can provide their own UCaaS solution without having to build it from scratch.
I think what you're getting to, though, is the words a complete UC solution. Would you help us understand what constitutes a complete solution?
Mm-hmm. So a complete solution ought to offer a complete platform, real-time, omni-channel platform relevant with today. It ought to also provide a complete lineup of hardware, vertical integration, not off the shelf, because the solution ought to be capable of being supported easily, managed easily, and function well. And it ought to include seamless applications and software applications to be able to integrate with other applications. So it ought to be hardware, software, and applications all working seamlessly to deliver a solution.
Wildix offers this complete solution, but not all of us know who Wildix is, and most don't know they're a worldwide organization.
Wildix has been around since 2003, and we have offices, over 9 offices around the globe. The platform we're talking about, the WebRTC, we do offer a full enterprise-grade platform based on WebRTC technology. It is not an application. We've taken the WebRTC technology and we have woven that into the fabric of our platform. And we launched this platform in 2013. So we're not on the first edition of this platform. We have over 750 partners around the globe that have been deploying this platform. And we're really just getting started in the US market, and we're seeing great traction in the US market.
If I were a VAR, I'd like to know the answer to this. Why Wildix? What is it you do with your partners that makes you so valuable?
Well, technology is great, and we are forward thinking in terms of technology. We have an advanced technology platform, and we have a platform that allows you to really sell value, make more money, higher margins, more revenue. We know the technology is there and the capability to do that is there. But really what separates Wildix and the key differentiator for us is the relationship that we have with the channel. In our world, the channel represents VAR, MSP, systems integrator, those that are installing. It is not the agent model. So we work with those businesses that really are out installing, selling systems over the years, and we work directly with you. We don't work with end users. We don't sell direct. We don't sell even through distribution. So you have a direct vendor relationship. So that differentiation sets us apart from everyone else in the industry.
I'd like to point out there's a set of resources. I consider them very valuable, available here on the screen with the URLs. This is the contact information, and you see there's many different ways of finding out what happens with Wildix on various blogs and pages and social media sites. I'd like to thank you, Robert, for today's presentation.
Thank you, Gary.